Welcome back, guys. Carrying on from last week. If you haven't seen it, go back, check it out. But we got some more perceptions and misconceptions of the IT field.
We also have a couple fact or fiction type of scenarios that we want to walk through and kind of give some baseline as to what is fact in our field and what is fiction and how users perceive that.
So starting off with some more misconceptions. The more reports, the faster it gets fixed.
Especially if you put the words ASAP.
ASAP. You have to put that when something's broken, send me an email and say, I need this fixed ASAP.
It is a motivator.
Get you done like that.
Beyond motivation, it's actually detrimental to the cause. We're going to go with that. The perception, of course, is if the user thinks that, hey, I'm going to show up in their office and that's when the job's going to get done faster, the fix time is going to be the fix time. I mean,
well, it's even better for something like an email server, and then they tell you, hey, I can't send an email.
To tell you that it's down.
Yeah. So you're going to go to the help desk ticket. You can go out to your web server to send an email through another route, or you're going to come tell me that you can't. I know this. Yeah. Or they tell you the internet's down. They start calling your phone to tell you the internet's down. I know. Mm-hmm. I know. Oh, you can't function without that either. Great.
Well, the other fun part is somebody else will tell you. That's the other flip side of it.
Yep. Right. I don't have to tell them. They already know. Usually I know. But yeah, the more people that report it and putting ASAP, I'll tell you right now, misconception, that's never a good poking of the bear.
And actually in some cases, if it's the same user reporting the same problem, before they've been told that it's fixed, it actually slows down the process. Because we have to stop and read to see if there's any new information. And if you're just reporting the same thing, well, it's not going to get us anywhere. Now, into fact or fiction. So here's the scenario. Chris, he uses the same 18-character password across every site that he does business in. Banking, social media, you name it, he uses it there.
One password. I like it. Sounds safe.
How safe is it?
Perfectly
in his
safe.
Mind, it's safe.
Perfectly safe. Especially if you do that one where I like my dog Ralphie from 2020, or I like my dog Ralphie in 2026. Now he's got all these capitals, he's got a long secure password. Has to be great.
No.
And
it's actually fiction.
Until your bank gets hacked or your Facebook gets hacked or that one site gets hacked.
Or you use it on a shopping site. That shopping site gets hacked. They leak the credentials, and now your credentials are out on the dark web. And
for everything.
By and large, at that point in time, your email address and that, they're going to try it on multiple sites, and they're going to run those hashes. They're going to say, oh, I can get in here. And guess what? They're now into your bank.
They'll take that email that they got it from, and they'll just keep going with it and see where it goes. But yeah, don't do it. We'll just leave it at that. Simple. Don't do it.
Yeah, the best case scenario is honestly to use multiple strong passwords, basically a password per thing. And yes, it gets tedious. And yes, we know the same pain. We have to go through it too. It's not like we get to exempt ourselves from the rule. But it's the best bet. You could use a password manager, though I'd be wary about which ones you pick because some of those have also gotten hacked in the past.
Some of those keychains and stuff have all been hacked. So
You're almost better off if you're an iPhone user, store it in your password manager on your iPhone.
Yep.
That's been proven to be really, really good.
That one's way more secure.
Versus throwing it out there.
Those random apps you can find in the App Store.
Yeah. Even like the LastPasses of the world. Like we've seen where they've had attacks on them as well. And so if your LastPass account gets leaked, or you use an insecure password on that, guess what? All your passwords are now handed out.
All right, we'll switch back to a misconception. This is my favorite one by far. IT emails don't matter. The amount of I've got friends in other industries, and it's always, IT just sends out these emails, and I don't read them.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's actually fun when the users tell you to your face, "Oh, it was a really long email. Yeah, I didn't go through it. I read the summary, and I hope somebody else told me about it." Nobody ever tells you about an IT email. Nobody's putting that at the coffee talk and going, "Hey, guess what IT sent today?"
I don't know a single IT that's going to write a nice, long, in-depth email for fun.
Yeah, they're not there for story time, and they're most of the time geared from the IT side to be a lot less technical than what it is. Like, could it be shorter? Potentially, but it would have to be more in technical terms. A lot of the length is us breaking it down so that the average user knows what we're talking about. Yeah. And they know the why, as to why we're doing things.
If we have some sort of outage, if one domain's not working, if something's not working, I will send you a quick little all-hands, all-company email saying, hey, this is down. Yes, we know about it. sometimes I'm nice enough to say, hey, it's in the third party. It's our internet connection between somewhere. It's a piece of hardware that broke. Give you an estimated timeline, 12 hours, 24 hours. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
But
Or if we're rolling something out, we're gonna be explaining the timeline of how the rollout's going to work, how it's going to impact you, what you have to do, whether or not you have to claim stuff, or if it's a security breach, we're going to be telling you what to look out for, what not to do. And so IT in general isn't sending out emails just for, hey, by the way, we want to write some reading material, and you should check it out. It's not really our pastime.
A little light reading for the toilet every now and then.
Yeah.
No bathroom read time. That's all it is, Just take your phone with you.
Start publishing it as a newspaper.
I got ideas now.
Right? Which, of course, as we talk into that brings us to a subject of like, hey, fact or fiction, public Wi-Fi. If the public Wi-Fi uses a password, okay?
Yep.
Morgan here, in this scenario, assumes that this hotel Wi-Fi uses a password. It must be secure.
Absolutely. I would agree with that for the first user or two that gets on it. And then after the next week or two or 3 or 4, when they don't change it,
it was secure.
Probably a little less secure. And then as you get more guests to have their friends come over and they have a meeting in that conference room out there, and the conference room now uses it. And
I mean, it's one of those pieces where that Wi-Fi was secure, as you said, for the first 1 or 2 users.
Yeah, that password was good for
before
about 10
that
minutes.
Password was shared with everybody else. I mean, even on a network that utilizes guest isolation, that there's still methodologies to get around that. Now, if you look at that shared Wi-Fi, you should definitely not be doing your banking information on a hotel Wi-Fi just because it has a password. Like we've touched
Unless
on
you
that.
absolutely have to. I don't know how many people I tell them that, like, yes, it's a secure network, but somebody could spoof that. You could be logging to somebody else's hotspot, and
you never know. You never know what that corporation is doing.
Yes,
you don't know what their IT is doing.
What the lady behind the front desk who watched the YouTube video and learned something about it.
Yeah, you stay at a random bed and breakfast. They have free Wi-Fi that they offer their guests. Yes, it's passworded. You get on there, but you don't realize that, hey, by the way, this guy's involved with cybercrime. He's actually collecting data that comes across his network. And now you leave that hotel and you start losing information, or your accounts start getting broken into.
Yeah.
Well, the fact of the matter is just because it has a password doesn't make it secure at the end of the day.
Yeah. Going back for another good misconception here. Buy it first, ask IT later.
That is the best methodology you can do in your organization. Just ignore the fact that IT would know whether or not you could integrate it. Ignore the fact of how it's going to tie into your organization. And ignore the security implications of what you're buying. Just buy it.
The ask for forgiveness, not permission, does not work so well in here. Because if you want it on an IT's network, or you want it to access the domain, or if you need it to do something besides just sit there and look pretty, it might just be really expensive. Pay for what you just bought.
Yeah, it really depends on the thought process of your IT department. Whether or not they're like, okay, like, we'll work with you. They'll give you some leniency. Maybe they'll give you that moment or one-time mishap. But I'm telling you, certain devices, they may come across there and you go, yeah, that company's a known breach hardware. It's got a firmware bug that's in it that can't be reworked, and that's why you got that deal on it. Or, hey, by the way,
Ukusaki computer that I got from China, you're saying that's not a good one to try to add to the domain?
No insults to any Chinese viewers of ours, but being on U.S. networks here, the last thing that you want to be adding is specific Chinese brand hardware. Just throwing that out there, especially having been in government space for a long time, is the last thing you want to be doing is picking up that Chinese brand, throwing it on a government network and saying, I'll
say being in the private sector for a long time, working on some of the stuff there, that's a lot of proprietary stuff on a private network too. I don't know if I want any of that on my private network.
Well, you think about the things that can be stolen, and most people are like, oh, but it's just a printer, or it's just a scanner, or hey, by the way, this device, it only serves this function.
What's in the firmware? What don't you know that's in the BIOS? What's not built into that you don't know about? I mean,
can that device be used to piggyback as a backdoor into your network?
Yeah. Does it open up a tunnel that you don't know about? Is there a known vulnerability with it?
So really the idea of this misconception is you really should be visiting with your IT departments, approaching them and having the conversation. Hey, I'm interested in this product. What does
Yeah.
it kind of look like? What does the rollout look like? If we were to buy this, do you have any concerns? And talk through it. They may look at it, they may review it and go, yeah, no, this is great. We really like this product. We think this will be great for your department or your organization. Or they might be like, yeah, there's some red flags here, and here are the red flags, and they should be able to spell that out for you.
I would think so.
Now, because we're on the topic of security, any organization that has, of course, rolled out MFA runs into this, right? So here's the scenario. Jamie receives a high number of login requests or approval requests on her phone.
I hate that when your phone starts dinging MFAs.
Yeah, just eventually gets sick and tired of it and just clicks approve. Is that something you should do?
Absolutely, that's something. It shuts up as soon as you click the yes and they give them full access. It's not going to ding anymore. You're probably not going to be able to get in anymore because it's all going to get changed. MFA is going to get rerouted. Passwords are going to get reset.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to have to worry about it dinging.
Like
that's for sure.
The fact of the matter behind MFA, right? MFA, by all means, it helps stop attackers. It does, but only if the users take a full active stance towards the security of their account, and they don't just hit approve. If they get a login request that says, "Hey, you're logging in at this computer," and they're clearly out at the lake fishing, and they decide at that point in time to hit approve. Look, you're not going to be on a very good list with your IT department at that point in time. You definitely should hit deny. That's literally what that line of defense of MFA
I'd say the most common one I hear right now is the Hotmail or the Facebook ones. It's like, oh, because people will show me, it's like, hey, it says I'm trying to log into Facebook and at this IP address. Oh, are you trying to log into it? Well, no. Okay, perfect. If you know it's not you, hit that X. And they're like, well, I'll just ignore it. Now I'd go ahead and hit the X because at least that tells the servers that it's not you. So if it hits over and over again, there's a trace. Whereas if you just ignore it, they can assume your phone doesn't have service, something's not there. Not as big of a deal, but definitely if you're getting MFA prompts, hit the X if it's not you.
Well, and with MFA too, the biggest piece is when you hit deny, things that you should really notate for yourself. Somebody clearly has your password.
Yeah.
Because
they made it to the second step.
They made it to stage 2 of that login. So you should definitely go out and change your password. Now, don't just click on any willy-nilly link that shows up in your inbox or in your text message to do it. Go directly to the site.
Directly to the website.
Make the change there. Even if you're like, hey, by the way, that's my home computer that's making this request. Look, don't hit approve if you're like, unless you're right there or a family member is there that you've approved to sign in there. Because the fact of the matter is could they have found a way to hack your computer and do that? They could have.
You bought that Chinese printer, the Yisa song, and that Yisa song let them onto your computer.
Yeah, and just MFA's there to provide that second stage and just add additional security. Now it's not fail-proof. I mean, again, it relies upon the user just like anything else in IT.
So I know it's not always the most convenient. I do hear that complaint a lot that it's not convenient, and
you got to take your phone with you. You got to take the MFA.
It's not meant to
you.
be convenient. It is meant to be there for your safety, for the safety of your organization, for the safety of all your information.
Yeah, it's
the
literally an extra step.
Yeah, the extra 2 seconds to wait for your phone to pop up with a X or a check at the end of the day to not lose your banking information, to not lose all your money, to not lose access to everything is well worth it.
Yeah, it's one of those pieces where IT organizations don't add the security because
it's fun.
They don't add it just to take and make your life terrible. Yeah, they don't add it to slow you down.
Yeah, I do.
But it's the trade-off of security and time. And at the end of the day, that little bit of time that every user is investing into the security, it's saving the organization time from a recovery of a cybersecurity incident.
Absolutely.
With that, we want to thank you guys for joining us today. As always, if you have any comments or what you want us to talk about a subject, please drop it in the comments.
Yes, below. Comments. Drop them down below. Yeah. Drop them like they're hot. Fill it up.
Have a good day, guys.